We're starting this video off with a joke. Okay, Megan has decided to go into acting. She is going back to acting, and guess who she's going to play? Herself. How is that going back to acting then? Please explain to me. This is the funniest thing I think I've read all week, that Megan is going back to acting and she's playing herself. It's hilarious. So what I want to do in this video is go through the article that talks about it. This is actually breaking news. I haven't heard anything actually since this article that just came out. And then after that, I want to provide evidence to you of how Megan has said she will never go back to acting, and how her attitude towards that, or towards acting, was negative, and that she almost acted like it was beneath her. So I'm going to provide you evidence of that. So without further ado, let's get into it. But let me introduce myself. My name is Tiffany, and this is Revealing the Narc. And on this channel, we talk about narcissism in celebrities, and we cover a lot of Harry and Meghan because Meghan makes it very difficult to, I don't know, she's just a walking teachable moment. Everything on this channel, though, is meant for education and entertainment purposes only, and not for diagnosis. And everything that is said here can be found in the public domain. So let's get into all of that. Also, if this is interesting to you, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a new video. The article we're going to go through was just published in the Daily Mail in the last couple of hours, and it's titled Breaking. Meghan Markle set for return to acting 8 years after quitting Hollywood, a new film alongside stars Lily Collins, Jack Quaid, and Brie Larson. The article begins and says Meghan Markle is set for a return to acting 8 years after she quit Hollywood to become a working royal. And she only lasted a very short time doing that. And then the article says now she is set to star in a new film alongside Lily Collins, Brie Larson, and Jack Quaid. Meghan will reportedly play herself in the film Close Personal Friends, which follows two couples where one is famous and the other is not. So I want to ask all of you, I have so many questions. Who do you think, how are they going to do this cameo? What do you think is going to happen? And I mean, the other obvious question is that if this movie is about two couples where one is famous and one isn't, why isn't Harry along with her on this gig, right? I wonder how it's going to play out. I also remember just last week there was a show with Kristen Bell where they mentioned Harry and Meghan, I believe, but I don't remember exactly what that entailed. So if you know, please feel free to drop that in the comments. The article continues and says she was seen on set today in Pasadena, Los Angeles, in the Amazon MGM Studios production. I went looking all over to see if I could find any video clips or pictures of it, but as of the moment of taping, these are not yet available. And as they become available, I will share them with you, as I'm sure so many of your other favorite YouTube commentators will do as well. The article then says a source told The Sun this is a massive this is a massive moment for Meghan and signifies a return to doing what she truly loves. She has been swamped with offers, but this one felt right. Prince Harry is, of course, really supportive and quite simply wants Meghan to do whatever brings her joy. So much to say there. I think what Harry meant to say, or what this article meant to say, is Prince Harry is happy for Meghan to do anything that brings her the... I didn't do that gesture right. Is that right? I don't know. The other thing is, Meghan does not love acting, and I am going to prove that to you right now. What I want to show you is from the cut article that was published in October of 2022. It's a very long article, and I'm going to admit to you right now, I have not read all of it, to be quite honest. But the title of the article is Meghan Markle lets her guard down on grieving Queen Elizabeth, producing with Harry, and returning to Hollywood. So let's just start with the hypocrisy and multiple lies just in this title. If I'm not mistaken, this is how the article starts, and it immediately got my blood boiling. It says, the Duchess of Sussex is in mourning. She's in mourning for the Queen, who she openly mocked?
And I remember in the car and driving up, and he said, "You know how to curtsy, right?" And I just thought it was a joke. And driving up, and he said, "You know how to curtsy, right?"
This was published October of 2022. The Netflix mockumentary came out in December, early December 2022. So please explain to me how this person who's grieving for the Queen or is in mourning for the Queen still went ahead and published or released the Netflix show where she does a mocking curtsy.
Like I curtsied as though I was like,
She is a big, fat liar.
"Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty."
And just to refresh everybody's memories, here are a couple of clips from the Queen's funeral that show Meghan being absolutely concerned and in mourning. And of course, I'm saying all of that sarcastically. And now this is the part I wanted to show you. Meghan is asked, would you ever consider going back to acting? And Meghan responds, no, I'm done. I guess never say never, but my intention is to absolutely not. I needed to sit with that for a little bit because there's something about the way she phrased that it's not just simply no, I don't want to go back to acting. It's that she almost looks down on acting. She is not grateful for the experiences she's had and the paths that have opened to her because of what she did previously. It's like acting was a means to an end. And I said that as a simile, and it shouldn't be. I should state it, in my opinion, what I think it is that acting was a means to an end, allegedly. I have to say that because that is, of course, my opinion, but I truly believe that. I'm laughing because I remember the headlines. She never wants to be the lady who lunches. What has she been doing the last couple of years? She was the lady who lunches. I do want to ask you, I'm going to put the question and answer up again on the screen. And I want you all to tell me, do you get that impression again by her saying, no, I'm done. I guess never say never, but my intention is to absolutely not. Do you feel that she is looking down on it or thinking that she's above it now, that this is just something that phase of her life is over and she is deserving of more than that? It's essentially, my opinion, this statement is very grandiose. Even though she's not saying it flat out, I'm reading between the lines and just knowing how Meghan has behaved, that's the impression that I get. While I was doing research for this video, I wanted to also go through the Cut article and see if there was any mention of acting in that one. And I couldn't find any of Meghan saying she wasn't going to return to acting. The most clear-cut example we have of that is the Variety article. But there is something that happens in this cut article, and I'm going to show it to you. For whatever reason, the date of the article I couldn't find it anywhere, but I believe this was around the same time, 2022, sometime between 2020 and 2022, I believe. Drop it in the comments if you remember which date it is. I can't recall off the top of my head. But it says, Meghan of Montecito. She's left the firm behind. Harry's found a polo team in Santa Barbara. The kids are doing great. Now she's ready for her next act. Oh, girl, we are tired of your next act. There's an act all the time. Oh my goodness, it's exhausting. I just want to say, everybody, I have a list of videos that I want to make, and Meghan doesn't let it happen. There's just constantly, ever since she went to Paris, it's like one thing after another after another. And I mentioned that because there is a video I want to do about something that Hilaria Baldwin said that has just rubbed me the wrong way. It's been on my list, but I haven't had a chance to get to it. So I'm hoping to get to that soon because I think it's a very important one. It's about the role of a stepmom, and the way Hilaria talked about it is just not good. But hopefully that'll come out in the next couple of days. I hope so. I think it's a really important one. But getting back to the topic at hand, let's look at what was said in that article, in this cut article that just seemed really weird to me. So Meghan says to the interviewer, "Your eye contact is good," she says suddenly. "You're like looking into my soul." I stammer out an apology. "I feel it. It's good. I'm like so excited to talk." So this is bringing up a bunch of things and memories for me. The first thing I see is that this interview apologizes for having good eye contact. And it reminds me of the moment from the Godmother's bookstore just a couple of days ago where the woman apologizes for not holding the mic up correctly. I'm going to put that here.
It's really an honor to be here and to be chatting about our book. Oh, sorry.
This is a lesson that I've been trying to learn, and is to not apologize so often, right? Like there are times that an apology, like if I've done something wrong, to apologize, but I definitely over apologize. And I usually do it when I'm in a situation where I don't feel comfortable, where I feel I'm walking on eggshells or judged or criticized. And I think, seeing that there's this similar reaction with this interviewer, I think tells a lot. The other thing is that this to me is love bombing taking place. Your eye contact is good. Meghan is trying to set up the interview in her favor. Meghan actually did a similar thing during her 2017 Vanity Fair article where the title was Wild About Harry. The interviewer there, his name was Sam Kashner, and a lot of really weird things happened. So I'm just going to tell you off the top of my head what I remember happening. But if this is interesting and you want me to delve deeper into it, please let me know in the comments. So during this interview, Meghan was already told to please not talk about Harry. This was something that was an understanding that she had with Harry. At this point, they had just gone public. It was October 2016 that the relationship went public, and I think this was early 2017 when this article was published. So Meghan's intent, allegedly, was to try to talk about how she is a humanitarian and to talk about all of her charities and things like that. Well, that's not what happened. When this interviewer walked in, he mentions noticing that all over the coffee table are books about England and London, and that there are framed pictures of Meghan everywhere. Then when they finally sit down to eat, or to sit down for the interview, I think Meghan cooked him something, and she is love bombing him intensely. And one of the things I remember she said to him was that she commented about his stutter. She mentioned it, and then she turned it into a compliment. She comments on something that I think ordinarily someone would feel, what's the word I'm looking for? Conscientious about, like eye contact or a stutter. But then Meghan turns into, well, I like it. I like it. It's like you're looking deep down in my soul. There's a reason for this. She's trying to love bomb whoever is interviewing her so that she gets the best outcome. Now, the weird thing about that Vanity Fair article was that when they were done, Marcus Anderson showed up. Isn't that the weirdest thing? And then Sam Kashner allegedly, and this is all from Tom Bauer's book, Sam Kashner allegedly is hearing Meghan and Marcus talking, and he has no idea what's going on. He's not really part of the conversation. And then Meghan turns to Sam Kashner and says, "Why don't you let Marcus take you to the airport?" And Sam says, "No, that's okay." So it's just incredibly weird vibes, and I'm getting the same vibes from this cut article, and I think it actually shows us how Meghan tries to manipulate the press. We already know that she does it, but she tries doing it with the people that are directly interviewing her. And unfortunately, like the lady in the cut article said, "I'm sorry." So I'm curious to know, what do you all think about this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you feel comfortable sharing your story, please do that as well. I want to thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and to hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a new video. I also want to ask you that in lieu of super chats and super stickers, if you could please consider donating to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. You can find their information here on the screen if you need to reach out to them, and a link to donate is in the description of this video. I want to thank you all so much again for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.